So welcome to another video of Masai Gains on Cars, guys. Today I'm taking you through 7 things I love most about my 2007 4-liter Land Cruiser Prado. So to start things off, number 1 is the size. I love the size of this thing. These days I feel SUVs are getting smaller and smaller as manufacturers have to conform to different standards and because of fuel efficiency as well. So cars are getting smaller, cars are getting lighter, but these Land Cruiser vehicles, they stick to their roots. They're still big, they've got a great presence on the road, and you really feel like you're driving a proper truck, a proper SUV. Number 2 is engine. So the engine in this thing, I believe you've got to go for the 4-liter V6. If you go for anything else, you'll feel like the car is underpowered. But if you go for the 4-liter V6, it's a beauty. It's an absolute beauty. So what I feel with this engine is you get a lot of torque, and when you step on the gas, it really does move. It really does move for what this vehicle is and how heavy this vehicle is. Another good thing with this engine is that it is a 4-liter V6, but it is a VVTi. So if you know anything about Toyota engines, you know that the variable valve timing greatly helps improve fuel efficiency. Still don't get great fuel gas mileage, and that's because this is a heavy vehicle. It's a proper SUV built on a solid frame, so you're not going to get great gas mileage anyway, but the VVTi does help along some way. Another thing I love about this engine is how it sounds. To me, it just sounds like an airplane, basically. The thing with V6s versus V8s is you'll find V8s, they've got a good rumble to them, right? A lot of depth in the sound. With the V6, it's more of a whine, more of a whiny sound. This particular one sounds exactly like an airplane. It just sounds like an airplane building up. Another great thing about the engine, it's very smooth riding. The transmission as well goes along perfectly with this engine, and so the shifts are seamless. You don't even feel like you're shifting. Number 3, that's ride quality. Ride quality in this car is fantastic. The suspension setup is quite soft, so it absorbs a lot of the bumps. Even larger potholes, you can sort of just go over them. You feel like king of the road because you see how high I'm sitting. So you know, you feel like you're sitting in a truck, you feel like king of the road. There are a few drawbacks with this ride quality, of course. This car is quite high off the ground and it's got a lot of body roll. So when you're traveling at speed, sometimes you feel like you're just waving around. But for me, this is a Land Cruiser, and the way I drive, I'm mostly just cruising. You'll never find me, you know, hitting the gas and braking very abruptly. Number 4 on the list is functionality. This vehicle is very functional, and what do I mean by functional? It's got tons of storage space. So in the trunk, you've got a great amount of storage space to load luggage and whatnot. It's no issue. I've had no issues whatsoever, and I've carried luggage here and there and goods as well for my businesses through this car, and it's been very useful. Also got storage space in your doors. You've got a massive center armrest over here, and I store a lot of stuff in there as well. It can fit 7 people, so you have got the rear seats option, even though they are quite small seats, and for longer journeys you might suffer, but the option is there and it is decently comfortable. Number 5 on that list is interior. Prado interior is an interior I do like. It is quite functional, everything is well laid out, you got big buttons, which makes things very easy for your climate control. You know, it's one button to do one thing. Like that, it is very useful. But I am guilty of changing this interior in a few ways, and you can see from the seats behind me as well. I have put covers, I have put a beautiful steering wheel cover, I've got some carbon fiber trim that I've installed on the center. But I do like this interior because it's got everything you would need. These seats, you've got a few electronic controls to move, to adjust the lumbar, but apart from that, it's mechanical, so I love that. Simply pull the lever, adjust your seat, lock the lever. Very reliable, very simple, best way to do it. And everything in this car, you can tell, has been over-engineered so that it does not break, so that it does give you that reliability. 10 years, 12 years, this is a 12-year-old car. I promise you it feels like day one. It just runs amazing. It's just legendary reliability. Number 6 has got to be that reliability, that legendary reliability that the Toyota brand brings. And this for me is one of the main points. Buying this car, you know, even if you buy it at 100,000 kilometers, it's still pretty much a baby. You've not even broken the engine in. That legendary reliability is a big factor for me, because that is also what helps keep this vehicle's resale value. These things just keep going. So, and there's constant demand, especially in Kenya, where some of the roads are a bit iffy, if I may say. These vehicles are very popular. You find them everywhere. Final thing that I absolutely love about this vehicle is the off-road capability. You've got the option of locking your center diff and your rear diff. You've got full-time 4-wheel drive. You've got 4 low and 4 high. The ground clearance is very good on this vehicle. Wheel articulation is great, so you move over potholes. The wheels really give you a lot of flex, so that's a massive advantage. And so when you're off-road, I usually feel in this particular vehicle that I'm sort of crawling over the rocks and crawling over the bumps. Of course, you've got solid steel underneath, so you don't have to worry as well when you're off-road, when you've got some challenging terrain. You don't really have to worry about bending those steering arms. If you go to the Masai Mara, if you go to the coast, you will come across some roads that are very rough, especially in the Masai Mara when you're going on safari. So those are my 7 things I absolutely love about my 2007 4-liter Land Cruiser Prado. I'd like to thank you so much for watching. This has been another episode of Masai Games on Cars. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment, let me know what you thought, and let me know what car I should do next. Cheers guys, and catch you in the next one.